Hello everyone, TR2000 here, and today we're going to do the doubles, because you can't talk about one without the other. So as you know, we have Donald and Douglas, or as they call each other, Donald and Dougie. So these two were more complicated to build. I had to start from scratch with them. Now, the faces, I'm sure you're wondering, they're not Wooden Railway. There are 3 components I got to build these from a different type of Donald Douglas model. It was the Nagayoshi, if I'm saying that right. I'll spell it for you in case you want to write it out. In fact, I'll write it down for you. It is spelled Nagayoshi. Nagayoshi. Now, I'm sure someone's going to be mad at me for turning them into these 2 beautiful models, because I'm sure they're not rare, but I'm sure they're not common. But with what I took from the models was the cab, the dome, and the smoke box, because, I mean, it fits pretty good. I mean, I love the look of these 2. They are on their 2nd model rebuild. I did have them with black wheels, but I figured I had some spare Thomas wheels laying around because I turned a few Thomases into some other stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'll put some blue wheels on them. The tender wheels are the Chinese wheels, because the tenders are the Chinese tenders, because they were $2 each at the time. So I'm like, oh, I'll get them tenders for when I do them, and I did them. And yeah, I mean, I love Donald Douglas. They're my 3rd and 4th favorite characters. The only 2 topping them are Oliver and Edward. Edward my favorite, and Oliver my 2nd favorite. But yeah, these 2 are up on my top 5. Them and Toby. It's just, you gotta love them. I mean, just, the design is beautiful. I mean, I don't like the Wooden Railway versions. I mean, they're not bad, but they're just, ugh. I mean, let's take my Donald. Let's compare Donald for a second. Here's the Wooden Railway Donald. It was good for when they first released, but they didn't go back and update it like Duck and Oliver and Thomas and Percy and Toby. They didn't update them. They just left them because they didn't see Donald Douglas as important. I mean, I wish they were blue in the show, but, you know, I'm fine with the black one. It's just sad. I don't know. I would have preferred them to be blue in the show. I think they're lovely as blue. I know a lot of people like to keep them in Caledonian blue, but I think it makes sense to have the NWR blue for the twins, because they're on the Northwestern. They're not on the Caledonian. But hey, to each his own. So I went with the Nagayoshi models because I loved the face. I saw them on eBay, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the best face of Donald Douglas we have. So I got 2. I was able to buy them as a set. I made sure to give each other the right faces off the model. I don't have nameplates, as you can tell. I have to put them on. I don't know if I want white nameplates, yellow nameplates, black nameplates. I don't know what I want yet. So, but besides that, they're done. I mean, I gave them cab windows. They're done. Besides the nameplates. Until then, just so I don't mix up the engines. I know it doesn't matter because they're exactly alike, but I did give them numbers on their cab. The coal, they have different coals, you know, just because. It is a Speedy Dry, which you use to clean up motor oil. I glued it together. It absorbed some of the glue, so it's nice and strong. And then I painted it black and went over with some glaze. If any of you were wondering, I use glaze wood finish glazing because it gives the models a nice shine, like they're fresh out of the box. And it makes at least my models semi-waterproof and a little bit fall-proof, because I'll drop them. It just gives them a little bit of extra protection. Now, I'm sure you've noticed Toad. I love Toad as Douglas's brake fan. It's just, I find it nice. You know, they're from two different railways. I mean, they just go nicely together. All I did with Toad was give him a black roof, so I wouldn't even really count him as a custom. Yeah, I just like him. I mean, the thing I find with the twins is it's easier, for me at least, to do both at the same time. Because it helps me, you know, keep busy. Do two at a time, make them exactly the same. Now with the wheel arches, I took a round, half-inch rounded wood, and I sanded it down, and nice and smooth. Now the front wheel cover, wheel arches, it's the sandboxes as well. So I used clay actually to get it. They came with a little like small piece that I got since it was the smoke box, and I just put clay on top of that. And yeah. Now the wheels, they are more separated than a regular wheel. See, here's an unedited Toad. They're just a little bit longer. I wanted to give them that little extra size because they aren't too small. The wheels aren't tight together like a small tank engine. But yeah, these were the more complicated engines to build just because it takes patience. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, I would not recommend these for a first build. If you want a first build for a custom, then I would do Edward maybe, or Percy, if you, a little bit depends. You can, if you want to swap out Percy's saddle tank for Bill's, it's easier. These two are a bit more complicated just because it's a lot of things that can be a pain, but you know what? It's worth it. I love how these came out. I love that they have I was able to use the cab of the Chinese mouse. I mean, it's just of the Nagayoshi mouse. I just like them. Yeah. But I won't give too much away. Not next week, but the week after. I will say I'll be reviewing another Scottish engine. That's it. TR2000 signing off.